All praise and great glory to the mighty, mighty Most High, the existing one and only one of our fathers. Shalom, Israel. This is your brother Deshaun, coming at you one more again with another lesson. What time are we in, Israel? Where are we? You know, I remember as a young child growing up in a very dysfunctional home. Wasn't always dysfunctional, but you know, growing up without a father and desiring what other kids, especially the white kids, had. They had dads in their houses. You know, most of us didn't, did we? Anyway, I remember going to bed pissed off. We were usually hungry. And I'm like, you know, I grow up, you know, God give me a wife. You know, let me be in my kids' lives, you know, because I didn't have a father in mine. You know, I desired more so a family than just going out and hooking up with Shanae and all that crap. Hanging out with Pookie and Ray Ray and Twisty. You know, I've always felt different. You know, those were the things that I desired. I didn't really desire any notches under my belt, you know, with sleeping and whoring with different women, even though eventually that did happen. I mean, a young Marine in Perth, Australia, with a pocket full of money, it's payday, you know, you get out the way, because I'm going to find what I want to find. You know, and that's just the truth. You know, this world has taught us wrong. This world has taught us different. And we see it on TikTok and other social media platforms, how sexually immoral and detestable this world has become. You know, it's okay, sons of man, to desire a helpmeet, a wife. You know, it's okay, daughters of Zion, to desire your head. You know, a man to lead you spiritually and to protect you and provide for you. But this world has taught us so different. As in the days of Sodom and Gomorrah, and as in the days of the great flood, here we are in the end time, the hour of temptation. You know, I'd like to give a shout out to, before we begin, Sister Shebrew. You know, I'm not saying that it's etched in stone, but the last video, you know, I asked the question, what type of dog? Not that, you know, Gigi's one of a kind, and I miss her immensely, you know, and a lot of you on this channel miss her, you know, but I couldn't have her eating my chickens. But anyway, I asked the question, what type of dog, and you know, you guys delivered, and I appreciate that. All praise to the Most High. It's not etched in stone, but someone's talking about a possible German Shepherd puppy. So, Most High willing, you know, we'll probably get that. You know, I'd like to get a puppy because, you know, I'd like to raise a young dog and teach it, you know, that, you know, the chickens are a part of the family, and, you know, we don't eat them. We eat our dog food. Anyway, all praise to the mighty Most High. I pray that everyone had a blessed and restful Sabbath. I know I did. And it's always a blessing to break bread with my brothers and some of my sisters, you know, on that glorious day. As we prepare through the lunar calendar to observe the Day of Atonement, some of us have quite a bit to pay to atone for. And for me personally, a part of my atonement is making amends with, I never harmed any woman, as far as forcing myself, but I have harmed women. When Brother Deshaun was off into his addiction, it was like, hey, if you want this dope, you know what you got to do. Who amongst us is perfect? And for 6 solid years, and it has been fucking hard, especially at first, to stay on this journey, to keep my word in this pact that I made with the Most High, that I am sorry, glorious Creator, that you have watched me every time, I had taken advantage of these girls and laid down with them. We all have a choice, but my conduct was horrible. And, I continue to pray to the Most High for forgiveness. Because who amongst us can do that fire for our sexual desires? For denying the spirit and feeding the flesh? Israel, our people, whether we like to admit it or not, but through this hellacious captivity, not only have we took on the ways of the heathen, but we suffer from mental illness. This world is not ours, and, we're better than this. You, beloved sons and daughters of the Most High God, are much better than this. So I have gone, it has been 6 years now that Brother Deshaun has not touched a woman. And, the Most High has given me dreams when I was a child that there was a woman. I come to realize when I came into the truth all these years later, that there is a woman for me in the kingdom if I make it. The most beautiful and radiated woman that I have yet to see. I'm not talking about her boobs or butt and all that other crap. Every time I had this dream of this woman since I was 12 years old, she was calm, gentle, loving, and very tender and patient. And it was her eyes that I saw. Right into her eyes, and it was her soul that was the most beautiful thing that I have yet to have seen. All praise to the mighty Most High. At first, she reached her hand out to me, and I felt not worthy to take it, as I was in this land of beautifulness, lush greens that I have not seen in this lifetime. And then eventually, years later, I had that same dream, and I actually took her hand, and she started to lead me to these people. I spoke about this in one of the videos that I deleted in the past. But as she was leading me to these people, she kept looking back tenderly to me. I know now that it was the kingdom. And I stopped, and she looked back to me, wondering why I stopped. I didn't feel worthy to continue on this journey to where these people were. And there were no doors or windows. Isn't that something? But she stood there holding my hand and patiently waited. And there was this warm, powerful yet gentle breeze that pushed me, and my feet continued to move in the direction with her. The way she looked at me, her smile, but those eyes, it was something. And I know now that that was the Most High communicating with me to continue to do my best to be a righteous man in His sight and walk in His ways. Again, this lesson is on the hour of temptation. You know, the Most High said that one second. It is not meet for man to be alone. I will make him a helpmeet. You know, a lot of us think that we know what love is. A lot of us think that, you know, we're ready to be married. And a lot of us don't realize that when you lay down with a woman who is a virgin, she is your wife. And the Most High abhors divorce. These nations, especially these Western nations, i.e. America, will have you think that you don't have to work to keep the relationship that the Most High has given you as far as marriage. You can walk away from it any time. Yes, a man can hand his wife a bill of divorce, but a woman in the law cannot. And it's a shame that you got these assholes out here that, you know, physically, mentally, and spiritually harm his helpmate and his rib, or vice versa. And it's a shame that, you know, it's increasingly hard to find a virgin, because how many wives do a lot of these guys need? Because when you lay down with that woman in the sight of the Most High, it doesn't take a ring on her finger. It doesn't take a stupid wedding. When you consummate your marriage to a woman, it's because you laid down with her. But she has to be equally yoked. All praise to the mighty Most High. And, you know, in Deuteronomy it states, you know, give not your sons unto their daughters, nor your daughters unto their sons, for they shall turn your sons away from me. It's the Most High speaking. And I will destroy you suddenly. I went through that because I married outside of the nation of Israel. We are to not marry women or men of other nations. Look that up. A lot of us can't stand to be alone. And a lot of us crave attention and physical relations with the opposite sex. Anything else is a big time abomination. Man ain't supposed to be laying down with man or woman with woman in the eyes of the Most High. It's hard to be alone, but I have grown into the fact that I might be alone, but I'm not lonely. Over the years, I have been feeling my God-sized hole with the Most High. When I got clean from those drugs, I immediately jumped into another addiction, which was women. And I did a lot of that when I was in the military, because I wasn't in the truth. And I have been repenting for my actions for over 6 years now. It has been since Brother Deshaun has, felt the touch and the tenderness and the love and the fellowship of a woman. And yes, that is by choice, because I am repenting for my iniquities on how I mistreated women by not only desiring them the way I did, but, well, if you want this, then you know what you got to do. That type of behavior, detestable, disgusting ways. It's been a long, long journey. And I have learned to be alone without being so lonely, because I study the scriptures of the Almighty Creator. And let me just say this, for those of us that say, oh, well, the scriptures is bullshit, that was written by men. It was given to man by the Most High. His laws, His commandments, His statutes, and His judgments. And there is no way around punishment for disobedience. Yeah, I remember my first kiss in grade school. Let's just say her name was Latoya. That first kiss, it tastes like mustard. Yeah, we would. I'm sure it was after, it was after lunch. I was, going through puppy love and all that other stuff. But, later on through dating and stuff like that. And speaking of dating, it's hard out there, children of Israel. You don't know what you're getting nowadays. And sons of the Most High, laying down with another man is an abomination in the sight of the Most High. That shit is punishable by death. These so-called women out there nowadays taking them hormones, they're actually men. You don't know what you're laying down with. We don't know the dangers that we're putting ourselves in and the harm that we can cause just for a few moments of pleasure. Case in point.
Yeah, about those 12 inches. Well, I lied. I really don't have 12 inches.
No?
I hope I didn't disappoint you.
Well, I have a confession question me too.
Really?
My eyes aren't really green. You know what else?
Another secret.
It's a tarantula.
It's nice in the summer. Oh, wait. I am glad to get these off.
No, not that. Not the tits. Please don't.
They're not even the right color. This voluptuous ass of mine.
Oh, shit.
Guys, always get a kick out of this one. Wait.
Damn, not the leg.
Oh, God, I feel so much better. I know you do, too.
Ooh. Woo. Hey, you.
No, wait.
I have got to.
Oh, please.
She said, don't make me hop after you. Oh, sorry. I just got to lighten up the mood a little bit. That was, I'm going to get you sucker. Those of us that remember, or old enough to remember that movie. Anyway. Because we got to be careful. I mean, there's so much terribleness that can happen. But you know what's even worse? And this is from experience. Every time after being in the truth that I laid down with these women, knowing that the Most High was watching me, it really vexed my spirit. We all want to do what's right in the sight of the Most High because we love the Most High. Proverbs 6:25, 26, and 32, NIV version. Do not lust in your heart after her beauty, or let her captivate you with her eyes. For a prostitute can be had for a loaf of bread, but another man's wife preys on your very life. But a man who commits adultery has no sense. Whoever does so destroys himself. Blow and disgrace are his lot, and his shame will never be wiped away. Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell. Yep, I messed up. Excuse me. Just a second. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All praise to the mighty Most High. Changing the way we were taught, continually changing our thought patterns through action to the will of the Father alone. That's how we make ourselves separate. Ugh. Genesis 2:18. And the Most High said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helpmeet for him. I will make a helpmeet for him. A lot of us just want that white picket fence. You know, the 2.3 kids, the little stupid dog that's sitting off on the side of the fence shitting. You know, this American, so-called American dream. But this shit is false. You know, a lot of us get married to those that will have us worship them. That will, you know, keep our minds occupied on this, and that. And then the other side is, you know, you got a lot of those that are just interested in a man that's over 6 foot tall, gotta have 6-pack abs, you know, gotta have that 12-inch so-and-so and all this other stuff. You know, when all of that is idolatry. And as I stated before, you don't know whose wife you done laid down with. So now that's adultery. And it's unclean. And as our beloved teacher used to say in his lessons, the Most High ain't taking no filthy chicken McNuggets. The Most High ain't taking no filthy chicken McNuggets. A few moments of pleasure is not worth, for me, blowing hell wide the fuck open with gasoline draws on. You know, white picket fence. You paying your taxes. Taxes also are against the law of the Most High. You know, he gave man dominion of this earth. You know, we ain't supposed to be paying taxes on shit. But because we fell, because we wanted to be like the heathen, here we are. But we're almost out of here. You know, Shanae ain't worth it, Israel. We don't know when the Most High is coming back. But it is our job to be ready as best as we can. You know, like Rap's family said, you know, have them bags packed. You know, we have to stay vigilant. A piece of coochie or whatever is not worth being left here. Proverbs 3:31-33. Septuagint. Procure not the reproaches of bad men, neither do thou covet their ways. For every transgressor is unclean before the Most High, neither does he sit among the righteous. The curse of the Most High is in the house of the ungodly, but the habitations of the just are blessed. Contrary to what most of us may think, true obedience in the Creator means complete change in how we think. Free your mind, that ass will follow. Galatians 5:19-21, English Standard Version. Now the works of the flesh are evident: sexual immorality, impurity, sensuality, idolatry, sorcery. You know, a lot of us don't realize putting on all that makeup on our faces is a form of sorcery. Daughters of Zion, you are beautiful. You don't need all of that gook on your face. Your skin is dark and lovely, naturally beautiful. You know, those are the ways of Egypt with all that clown makeup. Enmity, strife, jealousy, fits of rage, rivalries, dissensions, division, envy, drunkenness, orgies, and things like these. I warn you, as I warned you before, that those that do such things will not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. We wrestle not against flesh and bone, but against principalities in high places. You know, there's a lot of seductive, detestable things going on in this world. This world is not only upside down and backwards, but it's getting worse. We are in the hour of temptation. You know, sons of the Most High, we are not to be worshiping women. Daughters of Zion, we are not to be worshiping Pookie and Ray Ray. We are to be getting ourselves as clean as possible and repenting for the things that we individually have done and for the sins of our fathers. Cut and dry, point blank. Proverbs 6:25-29. Let not the desire of beauty overcome thee, neither be thou caught up by thine eyes, neither be captivated with her eyelids. For the value of a harlot is as much as of one loaf, and a woman hunts for the precious souls of men. Shall any one bind fire in his bosom and not be burned, and not burn his garment? Excuse me. Verse 28. Or will anyone walk on coals of fire and not burn his feet? So is he that goes to a married woman. He shall not be held guiltless, neither anyone that touches her. You know, the book of Susanna, chapter 1, you know, there were two, I read it. You know, there were two elders that tried to force this woman to have sex with them, or they were going to tell everyone that some young man, you know, she came into her husband's garden and slept and laid down with her. You know, and it took Daniel, you know, to come to her rescue. But the Most High put Daniel in that position to do so. You know, the demons that are in lust are real. And it is up to us individually to cleanse ourselves of that, because of sexual immorality and such things. Because if we don't, the Most High is gonna do it with fire. Ephesians 6:10-12. Finally, be strong in the Most High and in his mighty power. Put on the full armor of the Most High, so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and bone, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of darkness, or of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Ephesians 6:13-18. Therefore, put on the full armor of the Most High, so that when the day of evil comes, which is the day of temptation, you may be able to stand your ground, and after you have done everything to stand, stand firm. Then, with the belt of truth buckle around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness in place, and with your feet fitted with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. In addition to all this, take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High, and pray in the Spirit on all occasions with all kinds of prayers and requests. With this in mind, be alert and always keep on praying for all the Most High's people. And I love this one, because Israel, sons of the Most High, in this time, in this late hour, it's important for us to preserve our precious seed, because we stand a chance, if we don't, of laying down with something that will screw you for 18 years or more. And the same goes for the daughters of Zion. Psalm 126, 5-6. Bring back our captivity, O Most High. As the streams in the south, those who sow in tears shall reap in joy. He who continually goes forth weeping, bearing precious seed for sowing, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. Isn't that beautiful? It's important, Israel, for us to let this world go, to change our mindsets and allow the change to happen, and to be patient with ourselves and never give up. Everything we learn is a lie. And for me, doing without this, I much rather, have my white picket fence, my helpmeet, and however many of my riches that the Most High blesses me with in the kingdom. Because, I am not of this world. I desire what the Most High has in store for me. And I pray that you too. And those of you that, are married, that has found a Proverbs 31 woman or a God-fearing man, Most High bless you. That is a needle in a haystack. And remember, you have been blessed. But those of us that are very young and, might be a little hot and bothered or whatever the case may be, I know I'm not, there's a big chance that I may not have what I desire in this world. But I'm so looking forward to it in the kingdom if I make it. And how I make it, it depends on me and what I do. Most High loves you, Israel, and he wants us to do the right thing. We are to die of this world. Spiritually, emotionally, and eventually, physically. Israel, and to the stranger that is amongst us, if nobody told you that they loved you today, Brother Deshaun would like to say that I love each and every one of you. And I pray that this lesson has been edifying And Most High bless you all. You know, we're all going through it. And it seems like we're alone going through these things, whatever they are. But remember, those of us that are alone, it is possible to be alone without being lonely. I know that for a fact because I'm living it. All praise and great glory to the mighty, mighty, mighty Most High, the existing one and only one of our fathers. Shalom.